Hey guys, what's up? It is Lulu.
And Lala.
And today is a very special day.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't know what else to say.
Anyways, you can tell we have a different setup today because, well, it's too cold outside. So we had to
bring it indoors.
Right.
We're not trying to get pneumonia.
No. But I do want to talk about an observation that I made these last 2 weeks.
Yes.
You know, we were talking about
We
this,
were. My feelings were hurt. Not too hurt, though. But they were a little hurt.
But the observation, basically, is that people suck. People suck.
I mean, you're generalizing. Not all people suck.
And when I say that people suck, I actually mean that in a nice way. And I know that doesn't make sense, but as a human being, like as human beings,
like as the species, human being,
we suck. We have completely forgotten about other people's feelings. We're selfish, self-centered. Nobody cares anymore.
I mean,
basically is what I'm saying.
I don't think all of us are like that.
But the majority,
a lot of us, yes, what you're saying
lately,
is true.
That's what I've observed, and I'm like, wow, I had to step back and see myself to make sure, am I one of these people? Because I sure hope so. I sure hope I'm not.
Well, I mean, you know, when you're lifing, things get in the way.
I know. Yeah, people, and life gets in the way. You're focused on yourself. You're just trying to get yourself out of the slums, the dumps, or whatever the case may be. So, yes. But overall...
Why don't you tell them why you feel this way?
Right. I'll explain why. 2 weeks ago, our dog was viciously and violently attacked by a Rottweiler. Okay? And... obviously, I'm a dog mom. That's my baby. And it affected me a lot. But to see how people reacted to the dog being horribly, mauled by a Rottweiler.
Okay, wait a second. Because I got to stop you. Let me just fix this hair right here.
Thank you.
Was the dog attacked, Duke? Yes, he was. But why don't we tell them so that they could understand? Because you're painting a picture that...
Well, I'm painting the only picture that there is to paint.
Well...
Because I'm very passionate about what I'm about to say.
Well, as the dog...
Our dog, we've had Duke, that's our dog. We've had Duke since he was a baby.
Yes, he's currently 10 years old right now.
Yeah, so for the last 10 years, Duke has been trained to stay in the backyard. He never leaves the driveway, right?
No, he knows to stay. He never goes out. He normally stays in the backyard, or he's in the driveway looking out, but he never goes out.
We've never had to go chase him like we used to with our old dog. He just knows. He minds his business, roaming around behind the garage, doing what dogs do.
Right. So then, 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, there was a kid.
There was a guy, whatever, walking his Rottweiler.
Right. Now, from what we see in the cameras, this kid and his dog stopped in front of the driveway, and you could see that the Rottweiler kind of provokes their dog.
We don't know why he stopped, like literally in front of our driveway.
The kid even had to jerk the dog so that the dog could keep moving. Now, this is when our dog, Duke, right, got into his protective instinct. Stranger danger. Stranger danger is real. And he had to protect our property, and he ran to see what this dog was all about.
Don't know what Duke looks like or have never seen a picture. Duke is a Jack Russell Terrier mixed with a hot dog. He's not a big dog. He's cute. He's a cutie, but he's not a big dog. So him running up to this Rottweiler,
obviously it caused madness, because the Rottweiler then attacked Duke, grabbed him like a piece of rag doll, literally went like this, and then slammed him on the sidewalk.
No.
It's not funny.
I'm not laughing because I'm the one who downloaded the video from the cameras. It's not a nice thing to watch, but again, I'm not on anyone's side here. I'm on Duke's side.
Okay,
but
so you are. You're going to be devil's advocate. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If the Rottweiler was just doing what he thought was going to be beneficial to his owner, he was protecting his owner. So Duke comes running up to him, protecting
our property.
What does the Rottweiler do? He's going to protect the owner. Now, here's where I agree with you, Lala. the owner should have had a handle on the dog. If you don't know how to handle a Rottweiler, then maybe you shouldn't be walking it, or muzzle the dog.
Right. Right. Because if, let's just say, God forbid, that was a little girl that was running past a dog and the dog would have felt threatened, that dog would have grabbed onto that little girl and bit her.
Or it could have been a little boy,
Yeah,
a child.
whatever the case may be, like, obviously these dogs.
Yeah, you have to train these big dogs very good. If not, they're animals. They're running on instinct, and if you don't know how to handle, or
Bad things could happen, such as what happened to our dog. Our poor dog,
Yeah.
Duke, walks back, okay, so sad. He walks back all injured to the garage. He didn't even complain because our dog he's a good boy. Even when we take him to the vet for his vaccines or for, to get his teeth cleaned, groomed, he never really, he shakes because he's scared and he hates it, but he never
not cry.
attack or anything. He just stays quiet. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy, and he's not. You know what it is?
He's not a bitch dog.
He's not a bitch dog.
There we go.
He's not a bitch dog. And so after he was horribly, bit and thrown like a champ that he is, he picked himself up, shook, and then walked his ass back to the back door because we didn't hear him in the front
Now,
door.
when we saw him, we clearly had to take him and run to the hospital with him because we didn't know how deep the dog bite was. We didn't know
his whole skin in the back, it was like lifted up.
It was really nasty.
Yeah.
And he was bleeding a lot. So we, ran to the hospital. And while we were driving to the hospital,
the kid actually rang the doorbell. And so I saw him on the camera and I was able to talk to him. And I do give him credit because he came back and said, listen, this is what happened. I don't know, what happened. I was confused or whatnot. And in the camera, you could tell that he's like, I don't know what's going on. Again, he had no control. But the fact that he came back to the house to let us know, like, hey, if you have a little dog, this is what happened. I hope he's okay. I don't have any money to help you guys out.
Boom, right there, that comment. I don't have any money, so I can't help out. Guilty. Why would he make that comment?
Well,
why would he make that comment?
Well, he made the comment because he obviously knew we were going to take the dog to the vet. And he's basically saying, I know what happened. I'm not saying I'm not going to it's like, when people do a hit and run, he didn't do that with the dog. It wasn't like a bite and run. He came back and said, hey,
Yes.
My dog bit your dog. I don't know what happened. My bad. I'm sorry. The fact that he did that, okay, you get a couple of points.
You get a couple points.
Handle your dog if you don't.
Our dog needed about 30 stitches. They had to put a drain and the possibility of him losing his skin forever, and then we would have to start dealing with skin grafting. $4,000 later, our dog is doing just fine.
He's okay.
He's okay.
He's a fighter. This little dog is like no joke. Like I put him up against any dog.
Anyway, I say all that to say this. We posted a video of Duke in the hospital and all his wound and all that, and we had so many people reaching out, concerned, what happened. I hadn't heard from people that I haven't spoken to in months, okay? Even years, were hitting us up on Instagram and on text messages wanting to know what happened.
And if Duke was okay. And we appreciate so much that y'all care so much about Duke because he's
my baby. I'm a dog mom. But the observation is not many people really reached out to Lulu when she spoke about her cancer diagnosis. And to me, that's a slap to my face because this is my sister. This is my blood right here. And to see that people cared more about my dog than about her, I ain't cool with that.
I laughed about it. I'm like, well, okay, I understand it. First of all, if you didn't reach out, I don't need you to reach out. I don't even care about you. No, I'm just kidding. It's different. You know why? I told her not to be so offended because dogs give unconditional love. Right?
Well,
they're always happy.
They don't speak, so their way of showing love.
They're just always happy to see you. They're always waggling their tails. And so I get it. Whereas human beings, we're able to talk and express the way that we feel, and sometimes we don't. Dogs show how they feel with their actions. They jump on you. Their tails are wagging. They're always happy. No matter how abusive some people can be to dogs, they're always going to be happy to see their owner.
Okay.
And so that is why I feel like people are more worried or more
sensitive to dogs. Yes, I get all that.
It shouldn't be that way. I feel like it should be like you should be concerned. If you're a real friend, you should be, reaching out and looking out for people. But like I told you, Lala, life happens and you get so wrapped up in your little world that we all are guilty of it. We tend to forget that other people might be going through harder times or God knows what they're going through. And we tend to forget that. We just need to work harder on that. That's all.
Dude, I understand all that. And you're right. People do have other things going on and stuff. But people are still going through all that. But they still took the time to reach out, wanting to know about the dog, though, right? The Duke's values, a dog has more value than a human being? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, these are just things that I, like, throughout the whole 2 weeks, I'm just noticing all this and people reaching out and even following up with the dog and asking people that we haven't spoken to in months. You know who I'm talking? You know the many people that reached out, and even years, people that don't even live in the state.
I mean,
yes, you're right. I get it.
It's just, but
mind-boggling when I'm like, okay. Thank you again for the concerns of a dog. But you're my twin, you know? You would feel the same way.
I know, and I appreciate that you feel so passionate about this. But listen, after my cancer diagnosis, everything falls like me resbala, like whatever.
But this is where I come back to, I guess, if this situation was reversed, I'm 100% sure you'd feel the same way.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes, you went through it, but so did I.
No, I get it.
Like nobody wants to see their loved one going through what you went through this year.
Absolutely, and I appreciate it, and I get it. I do get it, and this is why I feel like if aliens do exist, this is why they don't want to hang out with the species human being. We suck, like we do, but we don't. It's weird. I don't know. They're probably looking at us like in their little spaceship, like, yeah, we ain't going down there. We're not dealing with these species. Let's go some other planet and deal with them. Because I don't think none of us know what we're doing at all.
So anyway, it may have blown it out of proportion, but it's just something that, it's been a rough year. When I saw that, I'm like, something just doesn't add up here. Something's off. But yeah, who doesn't love dogs?
Yeah, I mean, they're cute, they're cuddly.
A lot of people reached out asking, what happened to the dog owner? Are you pressing charges? Are they paying for the hospital bill? Did you do a police report? And the truth of the matter is,
no, we didn't do anything.
As much as I talk here about the kid that couldn't control his dog, I didn't do anything because at the end of the day, I am a dog lover, and I don't want to be the reason why maybe they end up having to put the dog down.
And at the end of the day, the dog was just protecting his owner. The owner was the one that didn't have control of the dog. But needless to say, it didn't turn out as bad as it could have turned out.
Yes.
Duke is nice. He's safe. He's healthy. He's recovering.
Yes.
And so that's that.
And so that's just what we wanted to talk about this week.
Do you feel better getting it out
Yes,
of your chest?
I do. I do feel better, but I'm sure a lot of people will relate to this whole scenario.
Yeah. I mean,
sometimes, it was a big eye-opener. This whole year has been an eye-opener. I'm going to be honest.
2025? Can you just get here already? Can you?
Anyway, let us know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with her? Do you care? Comment below. And we'll talk next week, all right?
Bye.
Love each other. Was that corny? Anyway, I'm done.